Hey, my loves, it's your girl, Miss Medix. Here. I'm back, you guys. I had planned on that being the only live, but something I want to talk about, I forgot to talk about in the last live. So I said I'm gonna just come on back. There was a post I saw the other day, and the post said, I don't remember if I'm gonna say it correctly, word for word, the way it is, but the post was basically saying, why don't we talk about all the cisgender men who have been murdered by, I think, trans people and stuff like that. And I think somebody said that in a they tried to throw a little shade. And my thing was, when I saw that, I didn't find that fun at all, because I do my research and I know a lot of things. And how many times, y'all, have y'all seen or heard anywhere on the internet where a black man was murdered by a trans woman, where a black man was murdered by a gay man, where a black man was murdered by a non-binary person? How many times? Now, I'm not saying it ain't never happened. However, if you look at the situation, more than likely, that gay man, that non-binary person, that non-conform person, 9 out of 10, they probably were protecting themselves. And I said it to say this: my black trans women, you got to protect yourself. You have to, you got to carry protection. I am not a violent person. I don't just condone violence, but what I do condone is you protecting yourselves. I do condone you making sure that you stay on this earth. I condone you not allowing anybody to take your life away. I condone you from preventing anybody to making you into another hashtag, okay? So to my black trans women, my gender non-conforming people, protect yourselves, okay? Protect yourselves and just be safe, because I need my brothers and my sisters to just come back. That's the way I want to start this live. I want to talk about some topics. If anybody else has any topic they want to talk about, hey Taj there, hey Taj. Let me tell y'all something. If y'all don't know Taj, Taj is on YouTube. Taj got he's on TikTok. And Taj, I absolutely love Taj. Taj is a well-spoken black gay man. And the reason why I say black gay man is because when society comes, they don't want to give my young kings like Taj. They're just do. They want to say, oh, that's a gay black man. But understand this: before Taj anything, Taj is black. And you can't take the intelligence, the way he speaks, you can't take that away from him. His sexuality does not define the fact that he is a smart, young, black king. And I absolutely follow him. And I love me some Taj. Oh, I love me some Taj. I love you, sweetie. Okay? I love him. He is, make sure y'all follow him and everything. He is absolutely a young brother who is not scared to speak his mind. He also is very intellectual, intelligent. Keep doing your thing. So I love Taj. I would love Taj. Can you go live? You know what? I would love to talk to Taj. Taj, can you go live? I don't know why. I just want to talk to Taj. If you can't, I understand. I'm gonna see. Oh, damn, Robert in the room too. Mr. Money, Mr. Big Man. Robert be making the moves. I see Robert on Instagram. He be making them. They be really, really making them. But I love all my babies. Y'all continue doing what you do, especially when your community. Make sure you're safe. Make sure you're protected. And I know a lot of times I talk about my protecting my trans women, gender non-conforming people, but to my gay black men and stuff, understand this. Protect yourself too, because it is open season out here. People is not playing no games. Like I said, I'm not against violence, but baby, you gotta protect yourself, and you gotta do exactly what you gotta do. Okay, and just keep being you. And a lot of times, people who look at the LGBT plus community, a lot of times they are mad. A lot of these black men who are upset with gay black men they see making these power moves, they are upset because they can't make those moves. They are upset because maybe they don't, maybe they're not at the position. And understand this, a lot of my gay black men I see on here, like Rob and Taj, they are working their ass off to get to where they are. And the work is showing that they're doing. And I commend my young kings. I absolutely love y'all. Oh, I love my little nephew. They're doing their thing. And I am so proud. I feel like the proudity. I am so proud of what you're doing because you are not letting what society says about you affect you. You are saying that I'm going to do me, screw you. I'm going to be successful. And that is the mindset that I absolutely love. That is the mindset that I absolutely adore. That is the mindset that you got to make sure that you guys spread to the younger ones even coming up. That's the mindset you guys have to know, because people like talking about, you guys are inspiring people who are younger than you. You may look at the platform and say, well, no, you are inspiring people. And that is the way the world needs to be. The world needs to be it needs to be to where, I say this all the time, if you are at a level where you're not inspiring somebody, you're doing something wrong. If you're not at a level to where you're making somebody want to do more, something needs to change. Because we need to constantly be at a level to where we're inspiring people. We're making people want to do more. We're making people want to be better. We're making people want to be all that they can be. And that when you get to that level, that is a level of just, ooh, baby, it's just, ooh, it is a wonderful level. And I just love seeing all my babies. And my back is itching like crazy. When I get on live, y'all, and my back just want to itch like crazy. But yeah, I absolutely love and adore each and every one of y'all. Ooh, I love and adore each and every one of y'all. I love and adore each and every one of y'all. Hold on, let me see something right quick. I'm trying to see something. Okay. All right. Okay. So, we talked a lot about staying in your own lane, and I talked about just cisgender men people. Another thing we have got to do. I don't know why I see this, but I am so sick and tired of seeing this beef. And what I mean is there is a beef going on between certain trans women and gay men. There's a beef going on between some of my lesbian studs and my gay men. And we have got to stop beefing with each other. And what it's going to take, because a lot of people keep saying, well, we can't stop that. Let me tell you something. This is a saying, and it's an old saying, and everybody knows this. It takes two people to argue. It takes two people to argue. Anybody argue with themselves, that's somebody you can't help. You got to get them help. But when it comes to legitimate beef argument, it takes two people to argue. So if you are in the LGBT community, be that person to say, I'm not going to argue. I'm not gonna say that. Like I watched the show Chasing Atlanta. And y'all know the web show called Chasing Atlanta, right? And for me, I don't know all the characters, but I do know I know some of them. And the situation that really pissed me off was the situation with Olivia and Oliver Twist. And the reason why it pissed me off is because of the fact that I see Kendra doing her moves, I see Oliver Twist doing his moves, and they are two people in the LGBT plus community who are trying to do their thing, and they should be able to come together. But what got to me so much about that show is the fact that is that people kept wanting to bring them together. And I know a lot of it was probably because production, because let's be real, I got to keep real on my platform. If production don't bring some kind of drama, people ain't going to want to watch. But here's the thing about it. If we just would get to the nitty gritty of stuff, everybody was trying to bring them together instead of what about letting them on their own come together? Because for me, that fight situation to me got blown out of proportion. And for me, everybody saying, well, they blame Kendra. I don't so much blame, I don't blame Oliver and I don't blame Kendra. I blame a lot of people around it because both of them were both saying, I ain't got time for this. And nobody will listen. But I do know nobody will listen because of the fact they have to keep those views up, and it is a reality show, and I understand that. But if we could just be serious and be real, a lot of beefs that happen simply happen because of the fact that a lot of people, a lot of outside forces are hyping people up. A lot of the times when you see fights between gay boys or trans women, gay boys, whatever, a lot of times if you trace those fights and stuff back, I'm not saying every single time, but a large percentage or a large majority was probably an outside influence instigating something, and they don't got somebody else in the fight when it's like, what about just sitting down and talking like a grown man or a grown woman, listening to each other and saying, hey, we are both members of the LGBT community. Why don't we sit down here and talk about it? Let me let you talk and I'll be quiet and listen. And let me talk and let you listen. But the problem is we got too many people want to talk and don't nobody want to listen. Speak. Oh, Jesus. I know that was a word right there because I felt that. What? Let me say that one time. We got too many people in this community that want to talk and don't want to listen. And for me, I got to say this right here. To my girl Kendra, I want you to succeed and be who you are. To Oliver Twist, keep doing you because I don't take sides on Oliver. I don't take sides on Kendra because both of those are members of my community. And I will not take sides. I will only love. And that is the problem with the LGBT community a lot of times, especially the black LGBT community. We get to where we forget that there is a fight that the community is going to, and it is hard for the community to come together and fight because there is so much division within the community. When the community to say, hey, let's stop. Let's figure out what we're doing wrong. Let's get this together and let's learn how to fight together so we can get the rights that we need. We're owed. We deserve, because no matter what sexuality is, we are still human beings at the end of the day. And that is one of the problems we got to deal with. Okay? That is one of the problems we really have to deal with, and nobody is wanting to talk about it. We want to be involved in a lot of messiness. It's 2021 in the LGBT community. It's time out for all the messiness. It's okay to have a good laugh, a kiki every now and then, but we have got to start coming together. We have got to start learning that there is power in numbers. We have got to start learning that 5 is way more powerful than 1 or 2. Sometimes you have to learn to put your ego aside. You have to learn to put how you feel aside, because that's another thing about the LGBT community. Everybody go out the way they feel. And don't get me wrong, you have the right to feel the way you feel. But understand this, sometimes, ooh, my back just itching, y'all. God. Yes, I took a shower. Don't even say that, because anybody call me on that, I promise you, I will read the mess out of you. And guess what? Miss Mallory, I don't use one cuss word, so you're going to feel real, real bad. But anyway, side note, keep going. We don't want to listen. We want to go off the way we feel. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with the way you feel. You have the right to feel the way you feel. You understand this? Let me break this down and get it to you. You have the right to feel the way you feel. How you react. Do y'all listen to me now? How you react to the way you feel. That right there, that determines a lot. Because understand this. When you react in a certain way, you have to ask yourself, am I really just reacting because I feel this way? Or am I really reacting because maybe something in my past happened and I'm feeling for my past and I done took that past situation and I done brought it to now when I should have told myself I need to deal with that situation because that situation in the past has power over me and I have to learn to deal with that, conquer that situation and understand that once I conquer and deal with that situation, maybe the way I feel might not matter as much. Did y'all catch that? Y'all catch that? Okay? The way you feel sometimes won't matter if you dealt with the trauma and the issues in your past. But that's the problem with a lot of things. We don't deal with the issues and the drama in our past. Because I've had to go back sometimes and say, you know what? Maybe I felt this way because of this happened. We've got to learn to really analyze and just really look deep in our hearts and say, okay, do I really have a right to be mad? What am I mad about? Because sometimes if you just take the second to look within yourself, baby, you might even realize, you be like, wait a minute, what was I mad for? Why was I wasting my time and energy on this? Why was I using up all this energy and exertion when I could have been taking that energy and trying to be a better me? When I could take that energy and try to create a better world for the people that are coming. Okay? So we have got to learn to be better. We have got to learn to do better, okay? I see y'all in the comment of my hearts. I love y'all, my loves. Ooh, I absolutely love y'all from the bottom of my heart. Ooh, I love y'all. Oh, is that Jamaica? Oh, that is Jamaica flag. Oh, I can't do no Jamaica accent, but I just love y'all. I absolutely love each and every one of y'all. Y'all make my heart smile. Y'all make me just be so wonderful. I absolutely love y'all. I don't think nobody want to go live, so I think we're going to end right now unless anybody has any questions or anybody has any comments or any topics that they want to talk about. I think we're going to go ahead and end this right now, okay? I absolutely love each and every one of y'all with the bottom of my heart. You guys keep doing you, okay? I absolutely love you, my loves. Okay? Okay. Bye. Why every time I forget how do you deal with trauma? Oh, okay. All right, that's a good question, Naja. Was it Naja? I hope, sweetie, my niece, I hope I pronounced it right. Okay, how do you deal with trauma? Here's the thing about how you deal with trauma. Everybody doesn't deal with trauma the same. There are different ways. Some people are able to take it to God in prayer. And like for me, I do a lot of prayer and meditate. That's one way I deal with a lot of trauma. Some people have to have people to talk to deal with the trauma. Some people might have to have professional help, like a psychiatrist to deal with the trauma. And any one of those three ways, understand this, whether you talk to God, whether you talk to a friend, whether you talk to a psychiatrist, understand this. Neither one of those ways makes you less of a person. Neither one of those ways make you less of a man. Neither one of those men make you less of a woman or make you less of anything. Because for me, it takes a stronger person to get help than it does to hold issues inside and let those issues eat away with you and cause hurt and harm within your life. And honestly, a lot of times when you're dealing with trauma, you sometimes you can't deal with that all in one session. You might take you some days, or it might even take you years to deal with that. And understand that everybody moves at their own pace. So when it deals, so how you deal with trauma is you have to make sure you're in a place where you can speak your mind, and get some help from any way you choose. But you have to do it in a way that I tell them about this. In order to deal with trauma, you have to have an open heart. Because a lot of times we'll say, "Oh, I'm ready." Like you'll see somebody, for example, who's let's say they're alcoholic, and they've been drinking alcohol, and they'll say, "Oh, I want to get clean. I don't want to drink no more." But then they'll relapse, something like that. Well, they had the heart and desire to do it, but maybe they just weren't strong enough then. And that doesn't mean they won't get it together. It just means that particular time. But they keep trying, hey, they'll get it. And that's another thing you have to do. When you deal with trauma, you might have a relapse, and you might not be able to deal with everything right then. And that doesn't mean that you can't conquer that. It just means maybe that ain't the right time. But if you keep working and working and working, you can deal with it, okay? Move at your own pace. And also, don't be afraid to hold yourself accountable. And also, when you deal with trauma, especially when it's trauma that is something you know you didn't cause, stop being so hard on yourself, okay? And also understand when somebody else has caused you trauma, forgive that person. And forgiveness is hard to do a lot of times when somebody has hurt you so bad. But when you forgive somebody, that forgiveness is not for them. That forgiveness is for you. Because when you don't forgive that person, that person, still has a power over you. They have a ruling over you. And in order to conquer them, when you forgive them, you're releasing all that power. You're letting all that go, okay? So that's definitely how you deal with trauma. I hope I answered your question, baby love, okay? All right? Well, if there are no more questions, I guess we'll go ahead and go, okay? I love you, my loves. I love you, okay? Why y'all do I forget every time? Okay, hold up. Now I just said, I do you deal with grief. My grandparents passed away and now I feel alone. Okay, understand this. My mom's my best friend. I lost her a couple years ago. And I know I locked myself away in my apartment for like 6 months. Only thing I did was went to work and came back home. That's it for 6 months. And I had to eventually come out of that. You have to deal with the grief. And what I mean by the grief is, you might have to go and just cry it out. You might have to just go in your closet, get in there by yourself. You might have to cry, shout, do whatever you got to do to release that pain. Because as long as that pain has that hold of you, it's gonna be hard. And even now, even if a couple of years my mom passed, it's still days to where it's hard on me. It's and understand this. It's not gonna be easy. And I know one thing you're really looking for. I know you're probably tired of people say, "Oh, you'll get over it. You'll get over it." And when people say that, I dislike that statement so strongly, because if you never lost somebody close to you, that is the wrong. Because you have to understand this. God gives you strength to cope, but the pain will never go away losing a person. It will never will. It never will. It will never will. So you have to you don't get over it, but you can get the strength to learn to cope with it. Okay? So keep praying and do what you gotta do. My parents don't accept me because I'm Jamaican and Nigerian transgender woman, and both of my cultures don't accept it all. And they even turn my siblings away from me. Okay, since I'm gonna give you some advice that is gonna be so harsh and it's gonna be hard, but I say this. If you've done what you can done, you gotta let them come to you. Because if you know you're living your life and you're being who you are, the more you try to push that, it's gonna create a riffle in you. You're gonna have a lot of animosity towards your parents, and you have to understand that if you're living your life and living your truth, and you're much more happier, your parents should know that you're their child, and whether they agree with anything, whether they agree with who you are or not, they should love their child unconditionally, and that's something they're not doing. Okay, and that's something that they have to change with themselves. You cannot make your parents accept you. Okay, you can't make them accept you. But what you can do is you can separate yourself, and you can be who you want to be and not let that negativity get to you, okay? Because that is you don't want to. I know that you want to love your parents, but if your parents truly love you unconditionally, wouldn't they love their child? I'm just saying, okay? And they even turn, and I know it's a hard thing with your siblings being turned away. My boyfriend is Nigerian, and his mom and sister accept the fact that I'm. See, that's the thing about it. Your boyfriends accept it, right? But why can't your parents? Okay. So what you do is, let your boyfriend family be your family, and eventually, hopefully, keep praying on it. Hopefully, your family may turn around. Okay, but don't let the hatred or stuff they have, don't let that stop you from being you, okay? Don't let that stop you from being the beautiful person that you are, because you are beautiful and wonderful, my love, okay? But his father shunned him away, and I know that hurt him, but he don't want to talk about it. And if he don't want to talk about it, don't force him. Don't force him. Let him talk about it in his own time, okay? Let him talk about it in his own time. When he wants to come to you, let him do it. But the thing you can do is let him be there for him when he needs you, the same way he's there for you, because your parents don't accept you, okay? All right. That was a powerful conversation, okay? I love that. I love that powerful. All right. I'm gonna get off this live. I absolutely love and adore. I love my loves, okay? I love you, my loves. Let's talk later. If I can figure out how to do the live, why can't I ever cut this live off, y'all? I'm real sad about it. Okay, there we go.